Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now this one I am really excited for because it's in Super GT's live stream. That was yesterday, but it's just, there's so much that happens in this video. It really is. It's probably gonna, well, it's my favourite video already. It's premature to say, but I've made about 12 videos I think now. This one blows all the other ones out of the water because there's so much that happens. You've got Super GT in it, you've got overtakes, you've got big moments, you've got crashes. It's just got everything. So without further ado, let's just crack on with the video then. So this first one in the live stream that happened yesterday, we jumped straight into race C, which is 9 laps around the Nurburgring, the GP circuit, but it's 9 laps. The favourite car for me to go in on this one is the Renault Megane, as this guy here then just suddenly disappears and leaves a huge amount of space in front of him. So as you can see here, I've started P9, but P7 absolute miles away. So I'm just going to skip ahead 2-3 laps just to catch up, back up with the action, because it took me 2-3 laps to kind of get myself well, not ready, but get myself as fast as I could be. It's this guy. Yeah, absolutely destroys the guy in front of him. He's completely gone, so that's a free position. I get up on the inside of this guy here then, and managed to get the move done. Stuck on the inside, didn't give him any space really to try and make a comeback, and that's another position done. Skipping ahead again, another 2 laps. Look at that, 2:06.4.
Yeah, boy.
Now that is a quick lap, the fastest lap of the race by quite a margin, so very pleased with that. So on the next, 3-4 laps left, let's see if we can gain any more positions then. We've got here 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd in front of us. Looks like Malcolm's just a little bit too far ahead. Very quick driver, so we're going to struggle really to overtake these guys and get on the back of him as well, as we're all over the back then of a G-Mop, I believe. If that's how he wants his name to be said, I assume so. This race then, just a quick FYI, in the Megane it's quite good on fuel, very good on tyres, so you really do start to feel the difference in the last couple of laps. If you're not in the Megane, the NSX in front of me is really going to be feeling the tyre wear. It's good on fuel, probably the best car on fuel. As he goes, ooh, he's all out of shape there, and I kind of just back off because I'm worried that he's going to go into the side of me. So yeah, very cautious then. So I think about a move on the inside. He blocks it off quite well, so couldn't quite get that done. We're going to have to look to see if we can get a move done up the hill, but me being in the Megane, it's going to be tough going up the hill. So we let him go just so we can get some slipstream, maybe get an attack on the next few corners. So yeah, as I was saying, the Megane is quite good on fuel, so I just stuck in fuel mix 2 for the whole lap. Early shift halfway through, the red meter below, about halfway through 3/4. I'll change gear. It's just a good tactic to try and save some fuel throughout the race, because if you pit, you're just going to lose too much time. So strategy here then, fuel mix 2, apart from when we get on the straight, when we change it back to 1, to try and get as much speed as we can out of the car on the straights. On this bit here then, coming into the big breaking point, the massive chicane, I was really good round here. I was cutting it as much as I could. As the guy in a Honda NSX, there we go, managed to get the move done. He's just got a little bit wide there, managed to get the move on the inside. Lovely stuff, and that promotes us up to 5th place then. So starting P8, P9, we're now P5, so it's going pretty well. Skipping to the end of lap 7 then, making sure we're in fuel mixture 1. We're going to go across the line and get another fastest lap at 2:06.3. Wow indeed, as we go for a move on the inside. Look at that, literally last second there, managed to get the move. Look at that, that was a really brave, good move there. I wasn't really sure if I'd done the right thing, but I think I had on that instance, and we managed to get the move done up to P4. This is turning out really well. Going ahead then slightly to lap 9 now, last lap, as you can see we're really starting to fight here. So this is for P2 then, fighting all the way back from P9, P8 to P2. We go purple again, so you can really see the tyre wear is not making as much effect. We go for a move on the inside then, get that done as well. Plenty of moves on this race on the inside, just making sure you sneak, just sneak in the middle basically of when they don't expect it. Just sneak on the inside and yeah, just get the move done, and that's exactly what I've been doing. I'm braking perfectly, and yeah, just getting the move done. Simple as that. And now we're on the back of P2, the German, as we still got Malcolm in P1 then, as you'd expect. Very quick driver. I think he's in the GT Citroen. Very good on fuel, but that's an awful car. I cannot stand it. If you've ever been in the cockpit view of that car as well, it's just It's awful. I don't know. I'm glad it's not a real car in real life, because my goodness me, it is awful. It's just disgusting. Coming through then to the big boy chicane before the end of this race. Looks like we're going to consolidate P3. Massive, really, considering where we started from and who's in this lobby. Some real quick races in here then. Yeah, just very happy with how this race has gone. Almost there. Getting myself a half a second penalty, which is a real easy thing to do on that chicane. I saw a lot of people making that mistake. As the German then gets really close to Malcolm, but I reckon he's just going to hold on till the end of this. And we managed to have a bit of fuel left over as well, so we probably could have used a little bit more. But you don't want to, put yourself under risk. So P3 then, great result. That is fantastic. I will take that podium from where we were. Super stuff. Loads of great action in that one. Loads of great overtakes. Yeah, it was just great. I kind of enjoy those races where you have to do a bit of fuel saving. It's a little bit different. It means different cars come out that normally wouldn't, like the GT or the NSX. Good cars, but you never really see them because it's out and out pace. They're never fantastic. But as soon as you add a bit of fuel saving in there, it gives them the chance to be more involved. And yeah, they're just better. I like these races. Not many people do, but I think they're great. Moving on to the next one then. So we move. I think this is Daily Race B around one of the. I don't want to say it's Tokyo. I can't quite remember. Kyoto, I believe, something like that. As we did a qualifying time of a 1:31.1, and unbelievably we're starting in P15, which is just ridiculous. It goes to show the caliber of the races in here, because that 1:31.1. Let me tell you, that is not a slow time. That is a good time. It took me a while to get that time. I'm not great around here, and I hate the Supra as well. I hate how it handles. I really don't like it at all. So, but it is the quickest car, so that's the best. It's the best one now. Super GT is in this race, but he, I think, got into the 1:32, so his qualifying time was substantially quicker. As we go past an R4M member, a Swedish R4M Phoenix, is it? No, I don't know what that is, so I don't want to say that. So we go past him and we go in the back of this NSX as well. Surprising that Toby chose the NSX, to be honest, because around here it is not great. Just like in the previous race, the NSX Route 4 or 3, I should say. Best thing about it is the handling fuel. This thing you don't need to worry about handling too much, apart from this bit here, which is a real. You really got to take the mick going through that little chicane bit there, because you really got to cut it if you want to make as much time as you can. So the NSX is not brilliant through there, but somehow the Super is. We can see another German Helberstart has made a mistake, but there we go. This race is just full of me diving on the inside of corners, getting my braking point perfect, and getting moves done. My overtaking during this video, or these races, was spot on. Very happy. When you're in a Super GT live stream, it kind of sounds weird, but you tense up because it's quite important, especially like me, you've just started to do YouTube. These are the moments where you're going to shine and people are going to go, oh, who's this guy? Let's start watching his videos because he's on Super GT's live stream. Let's see what he's like. So as we can see, Malcolm's got a penalty then, so the winner from the last race, he's dropped right back. Yeah, as I was saying, it's just weird when you're in it. You just feel more pressure, which is strange. This guy here above us then, in a kind of light blue camo, shall we say, goes a bit wide, so we're going to be fighting all the way up the hill then. This is the last place you really want to fight. I've tried to give him as much space. It's fair, clean racing. I've literally rode the curb to try and give him as much space as I can, but I just hit him slightly, so apologies to him, but there's nothing I could do on that one. I was literally riding the curb as much good, and we can see ahead. Look at this. There's a massive bunch of cars ahead of us then. Surely someone is going to take someone out and we can get a few cheeky positions. That would be fantastic. Representing the Denso livery, by the way, from the old Gran Turismo 3 days. Big up that Gran Turismo 3 game. What a game that was. That really introduced me to these games. It was fantastic. The career mode, shall we say, was brilliant. So coming up to a real sharp corner hairpin here. Is anyone going to make any sort of mistakes? Let's go for a dive on the inside. Look at this. Oh yes, he's done it again. That's like the 10th time I've done it in this video. I've literally just dive bombing on the inside, but they've been clean. They have been clean. They have, they've been good moves. So no issues about that. As we just slow it down here, then. Yeah. What a shame. And it's just, I couldn't recover. He's gone into the back of me. He just completely missed his braking point. He's gone into the back of me, and I just couldn't recover, which is, yeah. Now we see Super GT then. He also had a little incident there. So I've gone from 14th to 13th. as we fast forward it here. So technically not last, and listen, it's a victory. I beat him fair and square. Do you know what I mean? That is that's P13, but it's ahead of Super GT. So I will take that. A bit of pinch of salt, but there you go. So next race then. They don't stop coming, these. We're starting P12. We've gone for the Jaguar F-Type, which is going to be my manufacturer car for this pre-season that's coming up. You can see I never use it because I'm in traction control 3. So that gives you a little example. I've done 0.5 miles in it. So that would just be the warm-up. That's all I've done in it. As we fast forward this bit here, get ourselves underway. I have no idea what this car's going to be like. I imagine if it's anything like the Group 4 one, it will have plenty of grip coming out of the slow speed corners. You'll be able to get your foot down, but it's going to be quite a chunky beast, so we're going to have to be very cautious going through certain corners, because it's not going to have the agility, because it's quite a hefty boy compared to the other cars, so we're going to have to take our time making sure we get our braking points right and turning. Going up this hill section then, you've really got to attack the curbs early on, because you'll lose a lot of time otherwise. Oh, there we go, yeah. As you can see there, if that corner there, that's a real deadly one as well. You can ride that a bit too much, get a bit too much air, and then slide into the wall on the left. Looking behind me then, it looks like, I think it's the Irishman, has managed to get moved on the inside. He just tapped me there. Not a fan of that. Fair play though, I mean, he was probably turning as left as he could, but if I wasn't cautious, he would have literally nailed me into the wall then, which wouldn't have been great. Going through this tricky little section here, the Jag felt really good. It felt like it had plenty of grip, definitely could have stayed in third gear, no need for fourth. As we get stuck behind, well, I'll say stuck, we're behind the Irishman and Toby again. We've been seeing him quite a lot. As we just slightly nudge him, probably, yeah, that was my fault. Braked a little bit late then. That was my fault, Toby, so if you're watching, apologies. I just braked a little bit too late on that one. I think it's the first time I've got the braking point wrong. It's first lap in the car, I've never driven before, so if you're watching, Toby, my apologies. Coming into the last corner then, right behind the Irishman yet again. Up ahead, I can just about see Super GT in that Volkswagen. I believe that's him. I'm not quite sure in the Beetle. Starting a lap 2 then, right behind these group of cars. Going to the first corner. This one here, when I was doing my qualifying times, it's quite important to stay to the inside as much as you can. Don't try and go out wide, and then put the power down as soon as you can, and make sure you maximise the exit so you can go up this hill, get as much speed as you possibly can, and watch out for this little bump here, which I don't. As you can see what I mean, you kind of almost went all 4 wheels in the air then, trying to get as much time as you possibly can. And this corner here then, you really want to stick to the inside of this one as well. Power out, stay in 4th gear, get as much power as you can. You want to be like almost touching that right curve there as you power out, because then it goes to show you how much you really have been trying to accelerate early out of the previous corner. This one, you just got to take the mick, really attack all the curbs. You won't get a corner cutting penalty as long as 2 wheels are still on the curb. I didn't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like that. To me, when I watch the top times, number 1 in Europe or the world, they really take the mick through there, and I just don't like it. I just don't like the fact that you have to cut across the grass. If at any point you have to cut across the grass, yeah, that's cutting the corner for me. I know you can say, oh, but 3 wheels are on the, you know, not over the white line and whatnot, but for me, I just don't like it. I want to stick to the tarmac or the curb. If you have to use the grass, then it's a no from me. As we see the guys ahead then, they're all starting to bunch up a little bit. Not doing fantastically well in the Jag, but it's not a bad car at all. Quite looking forward to using it in the manufacturer series, to be honest, as that starts on Wednesday, isn't it, because it's the Nations Cup on Tuesday. 133.7. Not a fantastic lap for the race, but only 6 tenths off the qualifying time and what I did in the Toyota, which is quite clearly the fastest car, as we got a guy in front of us called Please Fix Penalty. Crazy name, if you ask me. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't call myself that. I mean, that is dedicated to the cause, and now they fixed it. What's really the point? Well, have they fixed it is the question. You could always argue that it's not perfect, and I suppose you could probably keep his name. So there's these guys up ahead then, really start to fight, and I just wish I was a little bit closer, because this Jag is letting me down ever so slightly. We've got Toby behind us, making sure we're keeping us honest. Going through this section again then, keeping it nice and smooth, exactly what I want to do, no mistakes. I want to make sure that these guys start fighting so I can catch right up. Only 6 seconds behind the leader, so very, very tight race on this one. As we break just before the yellow marks on the tarmac now. As we get a move done on the inside, We just slightly nudged please fix penalty, but he kind of... that was a racing incident if you ask me. I don't think I did anything wrong there. I was taking the racing line, he's gone a little bit wide, so... yeah, I'm not going to take anything to that. I think that was absolutely fine, but clearly he does, which of an absolute knobhead of a move. And if we have a look, yeah, please fix penalty.
What a joker.
Very ironic name, considering that he's just absolutely punted me into what could have been the Shadow Realm if I wasn't too careful. Thankfully, I was quite good on the brakes and managed to slow myself down, but he does it again. Watch this, watch this.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
I don't know what he was thinking. He must have just got reached boiling point and just started just twatting everyone off the track, because that was ridiculous. And he's right up behind me again now, so now I'm worried that he's going to go into the back of me and just hit me off again. All because of one incident where I took him. It wasn't my fault, I took him, he went wide. I went on the inside. You know what I'm like, I love a dive bomb on the inside. I got the move done. It's not my fault that he made a mistake. And he just took it out on me, to be honest with you. And you can say the penalty system is not fixed, otherwise he would have got a penalty for me and hit that guy off. And as you can see, he's got absolutely nothing. So his name is Please Fix Penalty, and I have to agree with him. Please do fix the penalty system, because that was absolutely atrocious. So was that through that section there. Not great at all. Neither was my commentary then. I completely lost what I was trying to say. Let's just see if we can stay ahead of him then, because I really want to beat this guy after he's mistreated us so badly. The poor Jag has been battered. Getting close to the group ahead then, we can see Super GT, I think that's an Austrian, a few Germans ahead. I can see a guy with a 0.5 second penalty, and this is the last lap. So this is going to be really tight coming up to the finish line then. Let's see what happens. Brake late, stick to the inside, ride the curb a little bit, and try and power out this. The Jag has got an excellent grip, so you can really power out early. Oh, we're going to beat the Super. He takes a penalty. Oh, we've got guys taking penalties up here. What are we going to do? I'm going to go right, I think. I'm going to go right, and I was really hoping I'd gain a few more positions from that, but that was a bit of a, yeah, that was a crazy end to a race. That was fantastic. Enjoyed that a lot. It's a shame about Please Fix Penalty knocking us in the back, because we probably would have been ahead of that group, or very much in the mix if we hadn't. So moving on to the next one then. This is in the BMW M6. So in this stream, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for a mix of all different cars just to see if I can get a reaction from Super GT, to be honest, because every time I have, in his last stream I used the Evo and I managed to finish ahead of him after he was laughing at the fact that I chose the Evo. So I thought, you know what, I might try and see if I can get myself a reputation for doing well in odd cars. And he did say in his stream that I seem to do well picking cars that aren't the fastest, such as the Supra, because I don't really like it. I've never driven the M6. Well, I have for like the career mode, whatever you want to call it. So very minimum experience. You can see this guy, that Ice Senna, then all over the place, causing Epic Toby all sorts of issues as he rides the grass. And nearly knocks Epic Toby into the wall there. Very, very close indeed. Epic Toby gets the move done. So do I. So I'm on the inside here. Try to get the move on the inside of Toby, and then this Ice Senna gets back at me again, hits me. Not prove that, and I get 2 second penalty. So yet again, the penalty system has let me down. I can see that guy's name is 100% right. Please fix it, because that was awful. I didn't do anything. He's hitting to the side of me. Where am I meant to go? I've got absolutely nowhere to go. I'm on the inside, so there's nowhere for me to disappear to. And again, this guy here, look, I'm on the inside, and he's completely closed the door on me. He did not care if I was there or not. He just thought, nah, I'm gonna block him. I'm just gonna make sure I keep my position regardless of what actually happens. And yeah, very annoying. It's Toby here then. Yeah, I like Toby. He's quite a clean driver, and he's just had a mistake there, and he's just gone wide. And yeah, in the Lambo as well. God awful car that can be sometimes, trying to control that. Very difficult. It seems to. Oh, there we go. So we've got an R4M member going off there, the Irishman. We serve our 2 second penalty. Completely undeserved. And yeah, that kind of killed the race for us. So we skipped to lap 4. And that is the end of that race then. So P9, yeah, a bit of a rubbish one in the end, that one. A bit of action with the penalty system and 1 or 2 incidents, shall we say. So next race then, we are in the Hyundai Genesis. This is the last one I'm going to do. As you can see, again, traction control free. I've done 1 mile in this car, so I am not expecting big things from this. Starting in P11, we've got a South African, we've got an R4M member in 13th. Epic Toby in front of us yet again. Obviously, his qualifying time was very close to mine, so we are going to be starting next to each other all the time. He's gone in the Aston in this funky kind of silver-looking, I keep saying camouflage, but it's a livery really, isn't it? So let's see what we can do in the Hyundai, shall we say. Let's see how good it is around this track. I think this car is just completely average, to be honest. I don't think that's... It doesn't have good points, but it also doesn't have bad points, if that makes any sense. It's a completely average car. You know, it just doesn't appeal really, and it's just, you know, it is a Hyundai. I like the i30N, but that's about it from Hyundai, to be honest with you. They're not the most appealing cars in the world, are they, unfortunately, but an i30N I would have in a heartbeat. They sound great, and they look great as well, so hopefully they can make more cars like that in the future. Going through this tricky little section here then, it feels good. Third gear into fourth, I didn't have any worries about sticking it in third and then powering out. It felt fine, so no issues with that. Going through this corner then, just braking just before the end of the yellow text on the tarmac. Getting right behind Epic Toby, so always he just hits the grass there, goes a little bit wide. I'm going to go look on the inside. It's not a place to be. We've got someone who got the pole sitter. It looks like he's had a little incident, and yeah, he's out of it as well. And Toby just goes wide again. That corner really is not for him, is it? It's yeah, it's causing all sorts of issues, but he manages to defend that position well. Keeps it on the inside, and there's nothing I can do. As we see, Ice Senna then. Please let me know what country that guy's from, because I have no idea what flag that is. Is it Bahrain or something like that? I have no idea. I'm going to go for Bahrain. That's my guess on that one. So we've made up 1 or 2 positions then. So Toby gets to move down in. I'm going to follow through. Lovely, that's what you need to do. So I've just followed through then, not in my pants or my trousers, obviously. Just going past the guy, Ice Senna, not the real Senna. The Bahrain version of Senna, shall we say. Whether he's any better or not, doesn't look it. As we're all over the back of Epic Toby then, let's see if we can get this move done on the inside of this corner. And this, yeah, he's done a Senna there. He's seen the gap, gone for it, and I get a 6-second penalty. Yeah, it just, nothing much I can say about that really. The penalty system's let me down then, again, in this race. It's not been great for me at all. I feel like I've been the innocent party, shall we say, during this whole race. And a Serba penalty, and unfortunately, that was that. I couldn't do anything. That was it. That was the end of the race and the end of the video. Yeah, it's been great. I've loved editing this video. I've loved the races. It was really, really good last night. I just really, really enjoyed it. So, thank you if you've watched the whole of this video and got through to this point. I hope it's been as good as I said it was at the start, because I really enjoyed making this. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw here. It really, really helped me out. But have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.